perfect time. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker. You down?
I need money, but not from y'all. But if you feel like donating to the station, anything less would be uncivilized. Oh man. I want to give a shout out to my other channel, my channel where I do food reviews, product reviews. I've been going out and sampling y'all motherfucking cooking, man. Don't get me fat. Y'all don't get me fat. We trying Belizean food again, and it was this cow foot stew he made. That shit was fucking delicious. Breezer, let's give him a round of applause, man. Delicioso. Oh, man. He be giving me them small ass portions and shit, man. You know, I'm a big boy. I like to eat. What's good, man? What y'all doing? What y'all doing, man? I'm guessing that the Dodgers won because I seen a lot of fireworks just popping off, and I knew it wasn't a holiday. So, that shit was tasty, man. Way better than my mama stew. I used to hate my mama stew. And, you know, I'm going to change the title of this one. I know I call this one I Need Money, and I surely do. But since this whole crisis with the food stamps is bringing us back home to motherfucking cooking, can we get a round of applause for people that can cook, man? Because a lot of y'all can't. And it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. It's a influx of laziness. I don't know. The ladies is wanting us to go out on first dates and spend this $400-$500 because they got a dude at home that wants the doggy bag. I don't know. Thank you, Breezer. I think the men is out cooking the women. Hands down. Hands down. Hands down. And ladies, I know you gonna get your stamps and stuff, but you still looking for a dude. You could get you one straight off that clearance rack and shit. It's an abundance of average niggas, and they know how to cook. They know how to motherfucking cook, right? So I know a lot of people, they say they want to adopt a child. Just go over there. You females, you got your degrees and stuff like that. You feel incomplete. You can get you a motherfucking secondary nigga or secondhand nigga. All right. Whew. I don't get it. I think it's the fact of the okie doke. I think the okie doke is so prevalent that just the interaction of, you know, the gender wars. Let me throw that up there on the TV screen. It's my favorite subject, you know. The gender wars. Let's bring this into play. Not Star Wars. The gender wars. The wars between you and I. Right? A good home cooked meal. Ladies, you should let these men do it, man. The men out here out cooking y'all, and they giving you dessert. They giving you some dessert too, and I ain't talking about no vitamin D, man. Cooking, are we getting back to it, man? I know we going through some tough times, but we could get through it. We just gonna have to downgrade it. Ain't nothing wrong with downgrade. Ain't nothing wrong with leaving that McDonald's alone. You might as well should leave that shit alone. The portions of the Mickey D's and the price is just diabolical.
Yeah, god damn, nigga, this is some diabolical shit.
20, 30, even Wingstop, and I'm not here to defecate on Wingstop. I'm saying if you black, you can go to the supermarket and make you some Wingstop, right? But the meat department, have you noticed, like, meat in the supermarket is Costco prices. And if you go to Costco and you look at them steaks, man, you gonna be like, whoo, too much. You gonna cut them motherfuckers up in fours, and you gonna make certain proportions, right? You gonna make this food stretch, and you gotta understand, a man ain't only there to provide, go out there and risk his life for you. That nigga been cooking since the beginning of time, man. You know what I'm saying? Cooking. Like I said, I see this laziness. I hope the bad bitch era come. Just, ladies, you need to be more nicer, more feminine, because you see all these aggressive ass bitches, and they so aggressive, but they can't change that transmission. You not aggressive though. Shit, you be looking at that shit like. And they say the lesbians, y'all the biggest simps, right? So men, we just fellas, we just doing the Waymo. We just getting in the back seat and go ahead, handle it. Deal with that headache. That headache gets so bad, man. They get a little physical. They get a little physical with each other, right? Struggle. They don't want to struggle together. None of that, man. The things I be hearing, the door is open, huh? But tonight we're gonna talk about a way where you ain't got no way. Struggle meals. Because it can happen. The steps ain't back yet. So let's talk about it. Some motherfucking beans. You got your children hooked on that Mickey D's. They don't know about the impact and the nourishment that come out them motherfucking beans, right? Yeah, you see a bag of them, you just look up. See, recent people look at them and they discard them because they don't know. They lazy. It takes preparation. Straight lazy, right? You gotta prepare them beans. You gotta let them beans soak for a day with a little sprinkle of baking soda in there, right? To pull out, I guess it's the nitrogen in it, right? To pull that out, right? You let them soak. You could do a quick rinse in hot water, but you ain't at that level yet. You gonna let them soak, right? Oh man. Throw some ham hock in that motherfucker and some sausages, man. Put some green onion on top of that, man. I use the queso cheese, the cheese for quesadillas, right? Right. I throw that up in there with a little bit of jalapeno, man. Woo! Just a little bit. And a pot of beans, man, done right, can last all week. And, for real. Them beans probably cost you $2.89. That, some rice, you ain't going hungry. You ain't got to eat it every day. But you definitely can eat that 4 times a week if it's done right. You can definitely feed them. Look, them beans and that rice, right? And you go get them chicken portions and cut them shits your goddamn self, right? You can. Somebody go get a leg. Somebody go get a thigh. We struggling. It's something that my woman used to say about me, right? I'm gonna share it with y'all. Is she know MK, nigga, will find the fucking way. We ain't starving. It's just we ain't starving. But I like to use the maximum value of my money because I have a philosophy of when you get your money and the taxes is getting removed, you're already getting fucked. So when you go to the supermarket, you're getting fucked again. 2 times. Right? So, and the basket is getting smaller. Let's just keep it a buck. The basket is getting smaller. So you got to do certain things, you know. You might have to get the deep freezer, right? But see, with the deep freezer, you have to really look at how many people in your household. If you got a family of like 4 and you got the kids and stuff like that, right? You will have to like remove or reduce like the junk food intake. I got a box of the chips, the Doritos, and they was some crack addict bags, and I said, this is perfect. Kids don't understand the struggle of a good sandwich. You mean to tell me on a French roll with some butter on it? See, I'll throw some garlic powder, right, and some butter on the roll and toast that motherfucker, right? Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will, right? The classic trio. What's that? The salami. You can get the bologna. I like garlic bologna, man. Look, I like garlic bologna for some reason. It gets a little tang. And you know, I ain't talking about frying it. We talking about cold cut, just straight cold cut, right? Salami, the bologna, and the motherfucking pastrami, man. Fuck the ham. The ham. I mean, we could do the ham, but I'd rather do bacon than ham. Costco got some nice strippity strips already pre-cooked, right? You can make you make your own Subway foot long and just get you some water or something, and then bam, there you go. So it's insane that you will go to Subway and spend $15, right? Where you can build your own sandwich. You can build your own sandwich about $7. But I think it's just the laziness. We're so laziness. We're so lazy right now. We're like, no, I don't feel like cooking. I don't. And you know that's a compound thing, because if you don't feel like cooking, that means you don't feel like cleaning, and that means you're gonna be a dirty motherfucker. Right? Crab salad, chicken salad, man. Toast that bread up, man. I'm trying to tell you, right? You have to tell your brain in these tough times and shit. It's all about satisfying what's in that stomach and shit. I know it's a hearsay about the food banks right now, and you know, the lowest I would go is the Dollar Tree. And what I mean by the Dollar Tree is, you got to look at it as a bargain and a come up. When do black pepper get stale? So you would go into you would go into the grocery store and the black pepper, right? You say, God damn, man, when did black pepper get like $4-5? When did that shit happen? Salt, kosher, pick it up. One of my favorite seasonings is the what is it, JA or something like that, right? You know, the one with the green top. Ooh, that's fire, nigga. Look, on some standard chicken wings, right? Here are the ingredients. Let me just throw it to you and shit, right? You don't. A lot of y'all using Lawry's. We don't need Lawry's. All you need is garlic pepper. Garlic powder, onion powder, accent, paprika, black pepper, and then you might throw in a little bit of salt. With the accent, all you really don't need is the salt. You ain't ready for thyme and motherfucking rosemary and shit like that. You ain't ready for that. Standard, right? Flour, right? I do the 2-cup 1 ratio, right? Check it out. 2 flour, 1 cornstarch. Shit gonna be crispy as a motherfucker. Crispy like, damn, crispy and crunchy. You gonna love it. You gonna love it. You gonna love it. I'm from the era of going to the the meat market. There was a meat market on the east side, on the dead east side of Los Angeles. It was called Hickory Sweet. And right now, if you like bacon is expensive. It's like you go to the supermarket, you don't know. That's why you got a Costco card, because of the bacon and shit, right? You know, the merchant in the hood selling the bacon for damn near almost $8. So I'm like, damn, for $16.99, I could get 5 packages of shit for bacon at Costco. Low sodium. Yeah, see, that be the trick. You gonna have to go one place here, one place there, man, at the time being, until it gets crucial. Save you some money. Ain't nothing wrong with cooking. I think that's the perfect date. Both of y'all get together, get to know each other, show off. That's the perfect date. That's the perfect date. And then you know what? You switch the meals. He cooked for you, you cook for him. Y'all try each other's shit. Try each other's shit, right? That's gonna bond a healthy relationship. You know, the drive-thrus, you could go get it and get fed. Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. But even I had to break out the habit, because, man, I swear to that fat burger like it ain't nothing. But I had to break the habit, and I realized that when my belly was growling, good old-fashioned leftovers was good enough to stop the growling. See, you gonna have to get your kids involved. You gonna have to get them up, you gonna have to get their tugs involved on. They're involved on hamburger, right? But they need to be involved on sandwich. And since we talking about like fast food, I really think and totally believe that they put shit in it to make it addictive. I'm gonna prove it right now. Notice that notice this. Check me out. Tell me if I'm lying. You can get you some motherfucking ketchup from the supermarket, but it doesn't taste like McDonald's ketchup, nigga. Why is that? Why is that? Why that ketchup, that Hunt's, that Van de Kamp, why that shit don't taste like that McDonald's package motherfucking ketchup? Answer me that. Yeah, straight out the lab. I think it's straight out the lab. It's so addictive, right? It's so addictive. They put shit in that shit to keep you coming back, right? I keep the packages and shit, you know what I'm saying? When I get some real fries and shit, I can put that, man. And then Mickey D's, look, I'm gonna give you another example. Mickey D's salsa for those breakfast burritos and that green packet, man, better than Ortega paste, all that. Why is that? Why is that? I think they put shit up in it to make you addictive. Chemically balanced to satisfy more than your taste buds. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You gonna get into a habit of like just doing it yourself. And once you're confident about your cooking and mastering, because I think a lot of people ain't really like mastered cooking. And I'm saying I haven't mastered. I'm talking about master that shit. When you master it, look, I think I'm a master, but I ain't gonna say that I ain't a master. I can evolve into mastery and shit with proper training. Cause it's like when you get the training, that adds to your arsenal and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Grandma could have taught you, but when you get the training, you know, it turn you a motherfucker chef marine in there, right? And you cooking shit, you killing shit. We need to get back to some wholesome, hearty meals. I'm hearing about just eating meat like for the weight loss. Like wow, like meat is delicious. Right? Let's just give it a buck, right? It depends on what type of meat. They just talking about, look, just a steak. Really? That's delicious. That's delicious. I'm sorry for my vegan people and shit. Shit. Very, very carnivorous. That lamb, ooh, that fat on it. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Have mercy. Right? So you got to think about that, you know. Like, how does that go to apply in your life? You know, and if we struggling, you know, we can't eat fancy, right? We can eat fancy. I'm not really the starchy pasta person, but when belly is hungry, you know, that ghetto spaghetti is all. Hey, ghetto spaghetti. You know the ghetto spaghetti. You get you some Texas toast, and that's a meal. And legend has it that it's better the next day after in the refrigerator. It's better the next day. You know, everybody cook it different, you know, right? But when belly is hungry, you know, you gotta feed it, man. Cause right now, man, you debating on putting gas in you using that shit fast food, man, and gasoline and shit like that. Chili, if you can master it, chili. I was trying to tell you, man, chili, fulfill it. Throw that on some rice and you will be good, man. You want to throw some Fritos up in that bitch. Chili, queso cheese. I got the Fritos, man. Here we go. We go get that chili brick with that Mexican lady on it, man. Yeah, stock a dollar while you bullshitting. Curing my hunger, man. Shit, man. Going out is a privilege. It's not a motherfucking right. And the thing, I mean, this is just my perspective. I'm just speaking as a man. Like when a man got his own shit, a man would rather go to Costco and just the first night you can take a couple of steaks out before they hit the freezer. They room temperature, right? You gonna put them motherfuckers out there. Good movie coming on. Some spuds, some asparagus, a nice salad, some spinach. I fuck with the kale. The kale got to be real, all the greens, they got certain tastes and certain textures. The kale, it got a heartier texture, right? You can still fuck with it. You could throw the kale in the goddamn greens. You can throw the kale in there. You can throw the kale up in there, right? They have more texture than collard. But they can go up in there, throw some turnips in there, throw some turnip greens up in that motherfucker, man. You just gotta, and greens ain't nothing but what? A dollar? You know what I'm saying? Hey, like the stalks and shit. Y'all hungry? Them stalks of the greens, man. You just put that shit in the motherfucking blender. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You blend that shit up in there. Throw that shit up in there with the stalk. It all must go, nigga. Turn that shit to a puree, nigga. Throw that shit up in there in that pot liquor. A lot of people struggling, man. Ain't gonna be out there like spending money like that. You know what I'm saying? It's especially now. It's like we really seeing like the stores is closing because of the shutdown. This has been the first time we ever seen of pandemonium. But I think in my younger, I don't think so. I think this is the first time, and everybody's so connected with social media, right? So things are spread faster, and that causes pandemonium too. Top ramen. Nigga, I can make some mean top ramen, man. Here's the thing. Will you ever get a chance to have some real ramen? Like, just that's their stuff. That ain't our stuff. That's their stuff. And you get a chance to have some real fucking ramen. I'm hooked on the red miso, that spicy, man. Ooh, got the pork belly in that bitch. Ooh, man. And, from that moment on, I said, well, shit, I can duplicate this shit. Okay. Even with the fried rice, man, my fried rice would be mad sticky and stuff like that. And it was this restaurant I used to go to called Bamboo Garden, and I just told the chef, right? She was an elderly lady, right? She was she was the third generation of that business, man. I was always eat their fried rice, and usually everybody had their taste buds. So, like, when I'm kicking it and I go get some, right, I just want to see the reaction to people that I bring around. It was always packed in that motherfucker. Like, no, you ain't sitting down like that. You gonna sit on the bench and get your shit. Get your shit right there, and you will see some heritage behind the window, the almond cookie, the chopsticks and stuff like that, the calendar. You'll see that, but it was super authentic. And man, she told me, she was like, "You're messing up because you're rice." She was like, "You're rice." Then I said to myself, because I told her what I was doing. She was like, "It's your rice. It's your rice." And we already know jasmine rice, right? But see, it's a mixture. It's a mixture. It's a mixture. It's like, oh, so you don't say. I thought it was, just jasmine, just straight up jasmine, because jasmine rice is fight together. Y'all women be talking about, oh man, cook me a meal. Man, that jasmine rice with some onions and some gravy and a steak, like some mushrooms. Nigga gonna want to eat good without there and put them damn shrimps on the barbie on the grill. Yeah, for real. And that garlic and that butter, and threw a little cilantro and threw the wine up in it and shit, man. It's the liver juice. Nigga. And here's the thing. If you really want to like shock people, man, throw a little brown sugar in that shit. That shit, you be like, ooh, this shit tastes like this, did it taste sweet? Like damn. I gave y'all a one to grow on, man. One to grow on. Real deal. Like the baked potato. I'm finna share one with y'all. Stab the potato right. But you throw the bouillon in the water. That you boiling them in. Let them soak up that flavor, right? You can actually throw the butter up in there too. You want it to soak that shit up, boy. Soak that shit up. It's going to absorb all that shit, and you don't use regular potato. Don't use the brown potato. You go get them red motherfuckers, nigga. Woo! Shit. We eating. I'm trying to tell you. That's gonna make a mean ass baked potato so soft. And then if you're like, you know what, I don't want a baked potato and shit, it's too messy. You wanna just carve it out. Them gonna be the best potatoes you ever had, man. Nigga. Put a little milk up in there right here, man. Season as you will. I noticed that the fish is going up, man. Catfish nuggets, man. Nigga, they going for it. They're 2 grams, nigga. A dub. Damn, catfish nuggets. Oh, catfish nuggets. Like I said, we going through some tough times, but we gonna get through it, man. We gonna get through it. I want to get back into my motherfucking fishing, but it's like a lot of shit is motherfucking polluted. I see the fishing, like, just for me, just for me, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, my stepfather, nigga, said, boy, once you learn to fish, nigga, you will never go hungry. Yes, I get it. I get it what this nigga was doing. This nigga would go out to that Salton Sea, nigga. That's where the Rat Pack and they was using that shit like Palm Springs a resort and shit, right? The fishing was good, man. They had them Corvina, man. Them Corvinas the size of little children, man. Look. Can eat the Corvina all day. Better than Snapper, better than Soul. Then the reason I'm saying that, I've seen it, and I know the methodology to that. You know, he was a mobile home banger, so you know, like him and his friends, they'll go out to these places and have a good time. He was an RVer, right? And I get it. That was his escape and shit, to get in and go places and shit. And you know, growing up, he took us to a lot of places, a lot of those weekend trips. I remember he had a van that was like the ice cream van and shit, right? That was like our first like outing, camping, going to Salton Sea, right? We was on the back side of the 86 side. They got two sides of Salton Sea. One side is the 111 side. It'll split at this famous restaurant. Went there a couple of times. You know, we'll stop there, and it was in Indio. Then it'll split up. You could go to the right. The right will take you to the 86 side, and then you go to the left, follow the train tracks, and it'll take you to the 111 side. The train always running. Union Pacific, Santa Fe. And legend has it, over there in them hills, they say that the Giants live there. I'm just saying, they got some hills over there. Legend has it that somebody went over there in the hills, and it was the big Sasquatch beings over there. He found some shit. I'm just saying. That's what they say. That's what they say, right? But fruit bats, one area of Salton Sea that I didn't know later on in life, thanks to YouTube, that it was a place that we used to go to, a couple of places. Bombay Beach is where everybody would go when you like a certain type of hookup, when you need the camper hookup and stuff like that. That's Bombay State Beach and stuff like that, right? And it seemed like when we started going there, it was already on its decline and shit, right? Interesting place though, hot as a motherfucker. Interesting place, hot as a motherfucker, right? And then we would go to this place called Corvina Beach, and the receding of the Salton Sea, it was letting the lake bed was like a clayish. Like a clayish. It wasn't like you go to the beach and then you got sand. No, this shit was just straight like clayish, right? And there was things that was submerged in there, like we see the gas station and shit, right? But Corvina Beach is gonna have this place where I'm gonna tell this story before I get up out of here, right? And then what shocked me was the place called it was Red Hill Marina. Now Red Hill had this road, and it's like you was going out to this little island, right? It had this road, was like that dangerous road that they talked about. They closed and shit. That dangerous. And you got a mobile home, and one dude want to be a dick and shit, and you trying to get past him. You could fall up in that wall. They needed to fix that, right? But come to find out, that area was an active fucking volcano and shit. Right? Didn't know that. Didn't know that. Red Hill. One to grow on. Right? I did not know that. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I like that, you might look at it being cheap. No. Fish is like gold, man. And if you like to eat it, right? If you like to eat it, if you can catch it, and it's a science to it. Look, fish they like night crawlers, mealworms, anchovies. You know, they like the standard. They love that. They love that. They love the standard. They like that. They like that. They like that. And if you devious like I'm so devious that, you know, you sacrifice Earthworm Jim, you ram the whole hook up his asshole. Right? You did him dirty. You did him dirty, right? You did him dirty, right? And with Salton Sea, even the wetland area, the wetland areas was so plentiful with fish. Like my first time going there, we parked at this park. We just pulled over and parked, right? And the next day, it was just like a little small little stream. I mean, like a little ravine, but on the other side it was wetlands with reeds and shit, right? Do you know, man, just going there, man, we had as soon as we set it up shop, man, we had a fish-a-thon. It was on. Fish-a-thon. It was on. It was on. It was on. The tilapia the size of dinner plates. It was on. It was on. It was on. Yeah, in the reeds, you know, they was wild, and then you could get your shit tangled in there. But to stack $1 while we bullshit, you know, them sinkers, you go to the fish place, man, them sinkers was costing a grip, right? But we was using spark plugs. OG. Boy, we had a fish-a-thon. The tilapias. The tilapia got a term, his term, right? It was called the N-word fish because of the lips. Funny, right? Funny. But in the stream over there, you know, if you go over there, you know, you could get just a smaller tilapia, but it was prevalent with bluegill. Mad bony, not worth it. It ain't like buffalo. Buffalo is mad bony, but it's worth it to go through there, all of that. You know what I'm saying? That buffalo, woo, that's good eating. But it takes mastery, right? Because, you know, if you just, most people like, no. You gotta pick this shit, and they don't like to do the work. But you know, oh man, you eat peanuts and almonds and shit. You know what I'm saying? You do that work. Just lazy. Just lazy. Get your ass some vinegar and bread. All right, look. We camped out on Corvina Beach. We camped out. Right. What's up, Breezer? We camped out on Corvina Beach and shit, right? $6 when Raw starts coming up, it's gonna be hot as a motherfucker. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. Corvina Beach, no shade, none. You will see concrete tubings and slabs, maybe at the waterline. You might have to climb down. You have to climb down certain areas because it's just the way it was receding, so it had drop offs. You know, but you'll find you a spot. What we like to do is we'll park not close, but close to the outhouses and shit, and close to the they have a place where you could get the water and stuff like that, and clean your fish if you want to cut them up, right? But you don't want to be too close to that shit, because if people just leaving it, it's gonna have flies and shit. So you want to be close, but not that close, right? One magnificent morning, my stepfather out there and shit in his wannabe moccasins, and traditional fishermen's, they got the stake, right? And then you put the stake, got to get you a hammer and shit, hammer that shit into the ground, get you a stake, and then he had the bells on it, right? The cow bells. So when you get a fish, now there's two. Look. Let me show y'all something. Salton Sea was like more like a deep water fishing, right? If you lake fishing, or your pole on your end, you'll have a little bobber and shit. You know what I'm saying? The bobber will let you know, because when the bobber goes down, that's the fish he caught. He trying to get the fuck away, right? And then see, the bell let you know, see fishing. See, you put that pole in there, but see, sometimes you got to be careful, because a real strong fish will snatch that motherfucking pole out to that damn water, and you got to go chase that shit. Depending on what you catch, right? Listen to me, right? So we doing a more heavier fishing, right? Stepfather had the secret, right? And he used a different type of bait. Like, he knew that it was something out there big. I had no clue of seeing a fish that large that he caught this day, right? I had no clue, right? That his mind was on, I want the prize fish. I know it's some good shit out here, because, hey, we'll throw the pole in there, and even the small Corvinas, man, oh man, delicioso. Man, Corvina is out the sea bass family, so if you had some sea bass, you know what I'm talking about, right? And you could just get them, but his mind was on something different, right? His mind was on the prize, right? So, since he's like, in the mobile home gang versus his other friend, right, that had the 18 van type of camper, right? And the jury curl, they called him Cat Daddy, right? They used to cap on each other and shit, relentless, right? Relentless, very fucking funny, but they gotta back it up in they fishing. They was fishermen. He had this shit that was out in the backyard, man, in this jar called stank bait. And the stank bait was like that salsa that Mexicans use, where they keep reusing it and reusing it and reusing it and reusing it, man, right? He'll go back there and throw an egg up in that mug, shake it up, you know what I'm saying, burp it. And he told me, he said, this is how you know if the stank bait is ready. If that shit don't make you throw up, it ain't ready. It's ready. We're out there, man, with the stank bait. Got out to the water, almost to his neck, and threw a mighty cast. Unwound all that shit back to the shoreline and put the pole in the stake. Put the bells on it, and my mom was about to start breakfast. Iron skillet outside. I'm looking for this, and this is some real shit. I want the old coffee pot that you put on the fucking fire, nigga. I like coffee. I drink coffee. I learned it from him and shit, right? Been out there drinking Folgers, U-Band in the blue can since the beginning of time. When I got around to some instant coffee, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit, nigga. One time my auntie was like, she was skeptical about my coffee, like my shit went in train. Man, she took a almost, oh, you alright? You alright? And my coffee got some effects and shit, man. It's gonna be a countdown before you have to go in there and take a doo-doo. Do. Coffee pot, man. It's out there, open fire. We about ready to. It was a good time. We filled up some coolers already. Fish everywhere. Like I said, the croakers. The croakers is just a smaller Corvina, right? That an occasional tilapia, you know what I'm saying? It's going in them igloo coolers. But that bell run, ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling, that bell rung so hard one time it looked like that damn pole was about to snap and shit. He used to call me Junebug. He said, yo, Junebug, hold on. Help me, boy. Come on and help me, boy. Help me, boy. Come here, oh yeah, June. I used to hate it when he called me Junebug, and don't you motherfuckers call me that shit. All right, look. He went straight to the line. He told me to get the pole. I picked up the pole. He had one of them good ones and shit, man, right? Because we done snapped some. This was my indoctrination to fishing. This is where I got my certificate. When I knew I could do it. He told me to grab the pole. And whatever was on that line almost snatched me out my goddamn socks. He said, hold up, boy, don't break my pole. Gotta give me some slack. Nigga, what the fuck is slack? What the fuck is slack? My brain is like, what the fuck is this? Right? And I could feel something on there. It's moving. He pulling on his knife. All right, you gotta reel it in slow. Your boy, you're going too goddamn fast. Now you're going to try to do it slow. And the way I can describe it to you, this is the part where you see people reeling in and how they reeling it in and shit. This is going on. Keep in mind, he went out there to his goddamn neck and cast it out there. That line out there, something there deep. And I done caught fish before, but this was different. Cause I ain't never have nothing to like yank me like that. Like that, whoa. Like, what the? That was my first time of knowing that, okay, this is large. This is something big and shit. This is a motherfucking event, nigga. I'm reeling it in. That fish, that Corvina, was the size of a little human. Him too big to go inside of, man, look, head the size of a bowling ball. Look, him too big for the cooler. Man, when that fish came out of the water, Step Pops took the hammer to the head. The grease is all ready. My mom already finished with the potatoes. We got busy on the Corvina. We went Dexter on the Corvina. And that cornmeal, nigga, for breakfast, eggs, and the Corvina steaks, nigga, 5 inches thick a piece. Woo-woo! Good eating. Good eating. Went for seconds and shit, man. I think we saved the tail area for later on that day and shit. Ate that motherfucker. Rekindle them old flames on that grease. On that grease. Got busy. Got busy. Biggest fish I ever seen in my goddamn life. And I done caught, like I said, I done caught tilapia the size of dinner plates. That right there, that I'm like, is this a dolphin? Like, that motherfucker was huge and was trying to go back into the water. But cut him up. I remember throwing the head to the seagulls, and they was having a math problem with it. They was just like, nigga, it's too much, nigga. That fish was delicious. That shit was delicious until it's like my taste buds is craving that taste for that day. Better than sole, better than snapper, better than white bits. Trust me. Trust me. Probably spent a total of maybe $20. Night crawlers, bill worms, the steak bait. The steak bait is for heavy duty. That's where you have like 2 different hooks, right? You just don't have one hook. You got 2 different hooks, or your line is heavy duty. Heavy duty. Increase your odds. And depending on that weight going straight to the bottom. Again, fish like the most rottenest shit. So, steak bait was the most rottenest shit ever, right? And it's sad that if I wanted to make some steak bait, I'll have to make it now, and it won't be effective until next year. You know what I'm saying? Stick that shit on the rooftop, man. Just stick that, just let that shit cook. Boy, you burping. Yeah, it's ready. It's motherfucking ready. Got you. Throw it up in there, man. But cheap, like I said, but just cheap. And with Salton Sea was different than certain places maybe Lake Fisher where you will have a limit, where you will have a limit. Man, look, Corvina is better than halibut, man. You're like, oh, this fish radiated and shit. It got 2 eyes on one side, nigga. Delicious. Freak of nature. Freak of nature. Delicious. I'm gonna figure it out. I think I could go online and then see if they got some fillets or something like that. But I'll tell you. Well, it's the show, man. Just struggling. That nigga had a motherfucking plan.